Okay, so Jared and I got the potatoes planted in the rows. This row, this end of the row is Kennebec potatoes. Then down there where Jared's working on starting to cover the row, that was the red Pontiac potatoes. And most of them were cut, so he's gonna cut side down. We put a decorative stake there, but it's just a marker where the type of potato changed.
I'm just covering them up. It's not ideal soil. This is kind of wet. This had 2 inches of rain over the last couple of days. So it's not really ideal, but it's what we got to work with.
Yeah. So you just want them covered so they're not exposed to sunlight.
Yeah, I'm just covering them. And then once they start to sprout, or once they start to come out through the ground, we really need to try to hill them. Like I say, you want to keep them hilled up.
So that just involves taking more soil from either side of them and piling on top of where they're sprouting up through and growing greenery up through. So we want to keep them hilled, keep them covered.
Yeah, keep them covered.
Do you recall, like, approximately how long it takes them to grow?
Well, you know, you can, once they start growing, well, they got to bloom. And once they bloom, I don't know how long.
They're ready when they start to die back, right? When the foliage starts to die back, that's when the potatoes are ready?
Well, I can't say because I really don't know.
I can't remember.
But I know if you, people say, you know, call them new potatoes.
Yeah.
They're small.
You can kind of dig them.
You can dig them
small
early.
When they're early.
Yeah. That's what they call new potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like them.
Yeah.
And but I'm not sure the grow time.
Me either.
I can't remember.
We'll have to look it up.
But I do know you got to watch for bugs.
Yes.
Potatoes.
Potato beetles.
Potato beetles. I know the one year I had to spray, and it was, you know, a couple, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
You know, I had to spray.
Yeah.
Because they really ate them up. Now, the last time we had potatoes in here, we didn't have any trouble.
We didn't have any trouble, but was there also something we companion planted with the potatoes?
Could have been because we had like 2 or 3 rows of potatoes, and then we had some marigolds, and we had.
And I will double check this, but I thought petunias.
Petunias
or geraniums.
But was it also? I want to say, was it something with hot pepper plants, maybe?
Well, we'll look it up. But now that we're talking about it, I think geraniums is a good companion for potatoes to help with potato beetles. So
I know one year we had them real bad, and I did spray. Most of the time I don't spray. I don't, you know, I don't want to.
We try to avoid it.
But the one year I had to because they just ate.
They were decimating the foliage, and then so, if they do that, you're not going to have potatoes.
Yeah. So
so we'll be watching for them. And you notice in particular when they lay their eggs on the underside of the potato leaf, you get it's like a little orange clump of eggs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's, you know.
We'll always be looking for them.
When you spray top, and you also want to coat the underneath of the leaf.
If you have to do that.
They put it on the underneath of the leaf. If you just spray the top,
you aren't going to get them.
You're not going to get them. So.
But also, if you don't want to use spray and you just monitor them every day, you can actually pick the adults off and get rid of them that way, and then they're not laying eggs on it.
Yes, you can. And I mean, if you don't have very much, like a row like this, you could do that.
We could manage it. Because that's what the problem is, right? When the little eggs hatch, the little potato bugs eat the leaves for their energy. That's why it's a problem.
Yep. So, you know, yeah, I mean, if you don't have very many, yes, you can pick them off by hand. And so.
All right. Well, thanks, Jared.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep. We'll
like
keep posted on how it turns out.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, it's not. We've done better conditions than this. It's not the best, but I think they'll do fine.
Yeah. We do know this is a place where they like the growing conditions.
Yes, we've always had really good luck with,
great potato harvest from right
we
here.
Last year we didn't have anything, so that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. It's been several years. Can you remember how many years since we've even planted potatoes? It's been several years.
Well, I think it's only really been about 2.
You think 2 or 3?
2, yeah, maybe 3.
Okay.
But we had 3 or 4 rows here, and we ended up with way more potatoes than we could
Several, like 50-pound sacks of potatoes.
And you know, we canned and we done everything we could.
And
that's the thing about raising potatoes, at least in our area, is storage. You know, having the right storage. A lot of people around here, if they raise potatoes, they have a cellar that they put them in to keep it just a cool, dry, same temperature year-round place. So you know, we get humidity and cold, and but they also claim that you don't have to dig them right away, as long as they stay in the ground before it. You have to have them out before it freezes. Mm-hmm. But you can keep them in the ground for a long time through the fall.
Yeah.
So you know, but we, you know.
So I'm hoping we can can them. You have to pressure can potatoes, right. And we would chunk them into little chunks and pressure can them. And what's so nice about that is then anytime you want to make like mashed potatoes, you can drain the liquid off if you need to, and your potatoes are already cooked, ready to go. Potato soup, you can use the liquid and the potatoes. So I hope we get to do that, Jared.
Yeah, it does take time. I mean,
a lot of time.
Canning potatoes is time consuming.
The preparation of it is really time consuming.
But but they are good because, just like Melissa said, I mean, you want to make mashed potatoes or potato soup, whatever. I mean, they're ready.
And even just boiled potatoes, I mean, all you gotta do is heat them up because they've already been prepared. So now down here on this, and look how nice this soil is.
This is really perfect ground.
We've gardened here, other than having taken a break from gardening, we have gardened here multiple years, and the soil gets better every year. But this end, it'd be lovely if it all was loose like this.
Actually, as you go down where the chicken houses are, that's really good soil.
Because we actually gardened all the way down to there, to this side of those chicken houses. Those coops.
And the problem
it is good soil.
It is, and the problem we had with this area is the Johnson grass. And I never really did. I mean, I know how to get rid of Johnson grass spraying, but as far as doing something for like garden area, I don't. You know, I never really looked into that. But that was the biggest part with here. We don't have a problem with Johnson grass anywhere else, but
right there,
this spot
where we tried to garden.
And you can see right there, that's what that is. That's Johnson
grass.
The
dried up grasses there. Died. And it is so hard. If your plan is, I'm just going to weed that by hand all the time, it gets so far ahead of you, you just can't even do it. And it chokes your other stuff out that you're trying to grow.
So, but no, I mean, where we had down there where the chicken houses are, actually about halfway down. From there down was the ground, the soil was really beautiful.
Yeah, it breaks up real
really
nice.
Growed really good vegetables.
Yeah.
So, but what I would really like to do is, where this stream is make a crossing and go over there and clear area and them trees, because I know that would be really good.
You'd have some good soil over there.
Really good soil, and it'd make a really nice garden. And sometime, whenever I get more time.
Someday.
Someday.
All right. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate you.